What's good, Yo Nation? What's good, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, what's good? What do you do? What's up? No, everybody. Before we get into this video, you guys already know the drill, okay? I'm gonna need you guys to hit that little bell somewhere here so you can be part of that notification squad. And I'm gonna need you to go follow me on my social media. Follow us on our social media at neorapetsoa on all social media platforms and
at Mihlali_N_I.
There we go. Oh, wow, okay. That sounded like some bars. At Mihlali_N_I. As you guys can see next to me, I have the amazing, beautiful Miss Mihlali Ndamase. How are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm great. Thank you so much for coming. I gotta say, I'm like, guys, oh, But anyway, so today, you guys, welcome back to another episode of The Nation's Perspective, okay? The last time we had GOOOD, today we have Mihlali. You guys see, I keep bringing in the heat. I mean, come on. But anyway, as you guys can tell from the title of this video, today we're going to be talking about, or actually we're going to be talking about multiple things, all right? But let me stop blabbing on about, without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about, there's a little video that Miss Ma'am over here did, and it trended, all right? And you basically said you really enjoy when people do not know Indoda Yaka.
100%.
110%. Why is that?
Because I feel like I've established my brand on my personal brand.
I get that.
It's about me, and so that sounds very narcissistic, but not in that kind of way.
It doesn't.
I feel like the moment you introduce another person into your life, because people fall in love with you, you know, I mean, your brand and everything. So now if I introduce them to somebody else, they're gonna fall in love with an idea of us, and I'm still young. Like, I feel like nothing is certain right now.
It puts pressure.
Exactly. So if I break up with this partner now, these people are sad about a breakup, and then they want to meet the next boyfriend and the next boyfriend. So I would rather bring someone onto my platforms when I know that it's a long-term partner, or at least my fiance.
Okay, so when you get married, then you would bring
or maybe if I date someone for a very long time.
Really? I don't know. I just don't. I think I'm like, I don't want somebody on my platform, only because, especially, it depends if the person, first of all, is in the public eye or not. I feel like if the person's not in the public eye, I don't want to put them, because I know how vicious being in the public eye can be. I don't want to put them in that position. You know, because I feel like you get, like, there's a lot of pressures that you have to end up living up to, you know. And if you're Mihlali's man, then people expect you to be like this and like that and like this. And so when you're not like that, it's like, yo, why is she with this kind of guy?
So also depends if my partner would want to be on my platform.
Okay.
I wouldn't just post him joking. Also, what would you do if your partner asked to be on your platform?
Miss
Jackson.
What is he asking?
Miss Jackson.
Ma'am, sir, no. Why is he asking to be on my? That's just weird. No, I don't know if it's him, but that's a little.
There's no need.
Why? What does he want?
Some guys will actually be like,
you know, I've actually had someone ask me. Well, they didn't ask me if I can post it, but it's somebody that I was talking to, and they literally just said to me like, "Are you hiding me?" And I'm like, "I'm not hiding you, dude. Like, my platform is my place. That's my place of work. Imagine me expecting you to take me with you to every meeting you go to. Do you understand? That's sort of what it's like. True. That's my platform of work. That's where I make money. It's about me. I'm sorry, you know." And so it was just a thing of, at some point he was like, "Okay, cool," but now it seems like you don't even post like even the hands, the foot. I'm like,
why? Was he on social media?
He was on social media, but he wasn't big. He wasn't. Have you ever been involved in a situation where you're with somebody who is, I guess, relatively relevant on social media, and you feel the pressure, or they make you feel the pressure, or there's just that thing of like, people are gonna know we have to post each other or anything like that?
I have been with someone who's known, but he never put me under pressure to post him at all, actually. I think because he was always private with his relationship. And then when I started posting at his place, he was weird about me posting at his place.
Does that not raise an eyebrow or two? Because it's like, why are you? That's the thing. It's like, it's difficult to differentiate between secretive and private.
You know why? It's because his ex was on social media as well, and they just gotten out of a relationship, so it made sense to him. But also at the same time, like, you know what I mean? But I've never had like a guy straight up asked me to post them, I think I'd run away. I'd have to scream.
So you've never had situations where you feel like someone's with you out of like for clouds or like
No.
because they want to really?
I always attract like very low-key guys, and I love that. You know, like a lot of guys have a lot of anxiety around being known. So even if I do post a hand and then people figure out who it is,
Okay. So for you, is it like a red flag if you're trying to take snaps or pictures with somebody and they're just like, like, you know, if you're trying to like snap that you guys are out for lunch and you can see he's low-key hitting these ones, just
100%.
stacking all the time. So then do you then address it there and then, or?
Yes. Why are you hiding? Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a wife?
But then isn't it the same thing if he says to you, why are you hiding? You are like,
no, I'm not hiding you. That's a good question.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly my point. Because it can really be like like the opposite way, where he's just like, okay, cool, but then
wait. So then, how would you explain that if someone's like, "Why aren't you posting me?" It's my place
I'm not
of
posting you
work.
because it's my place of work, but you hide like. I can, so, but then it's also like, it sounds a bit hypocritical because it's like, so when you want to post me or when you want to snap me, I must be okay with it. But then when I want to snap, okay, so if he wants to snap you and post you on his platform,
my thing is, what are you trying to achieve with me posting you on my platform? It's what the thing is. If my boyfriend has his Instagram just for personal reasons and he wants to post me and he's a private user and he has 1,000 followers, whatever, you can post.
So if now he's got like 10,000 followers and he's
I
public,
no.
Okay,
why
I
are you
get
trying,
that.
Why are you posting? Do you know what I mean? Like, are you trying to push these power couple vibes? Like,
true. The couple goals. How do you feel about that whole term? How do you believe in couple goals? Do you feel like it's?
I don't believe in couple goals.
I get that.
I don't believe in couple goals. Obviously, at the end of the day, people eat with their eyes. So if we see a perfect couple and they look good on Instagram and they look like they're doing well for themselves, automatically I'm gonna think, oh my god, this is so inspiring. I can't wait till one day my husband and I are posting on
like that
or whatever.
Exactly.
Yes, but it gets unhealthy when people now start basing their own relationship expectations on somebody else's. Like, why don't you do this for me? Because Mihlali's boyfriend
I can't believe they're getting a divorce. I believed in them so much.
You don't know what's going on behind closed
like,
doors.
have they told you that they're in love? Where do you know them from?
100%.
How do you believe in what about the Lord? You're believing in Kim Kardashian and Kanye. What about the Lord?
Exactly. And I feel like it works hand in hand with this role model thing, because the moment when people idolize something, they sort of remove the reality from it, that these people aren't perfect. So you can fall in love with maybe how they navigate their relationship, but not necessarily as a whole.
So the role model one, right? Because you're always you're always being attacked and dragged at the fact that you're people's role models and etc. How do you feel about somebody making you their role model? Like, do you not feel? Because personally, I felt like, okay, I'm honored and I'm like, you know, thank you and whatever else, but it's just like, don't put me on a pedestal. You know? I'm human. Please don't expect me to. If today I decide that it's not a good day and anything like that, then it's grand. But it's also just like, with being in the public eye, it's sort of difficult because it's like, you could be having a bad day, somebody walks in here, they see you, and you're not there. Like, you're not trying to do any of that, but you're their role model, so you have to smile and you have to. So do you feel that it's sort of not controlled, but navigated the way in which you're able to live your life freely? All that pressure.
Well, I feel like it's such a fickle thing, hey? Because back in the day, role models were always like older people, you know. I mean, now it's a generation where there's a lot of young people who are making big moves. And yes, somebody can be a role model, but people detach that from the reality, as I said earlier. Like, I'm human at the end of the day, and I'm young. People need to also understand that we started these social media journeys from a young age. We're growing with our audiences. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to go out and get naked. I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? Same thing with the boyfriend. I might have a boyfriend now. If I'm posting him, somebody else comes into the picture. There's just so many things. So I don't think there's anything wrong with having a role model. I think it is important. Yeah. I mean, also, if somebody thinks I'm their role model, then I'm flattered and I'm honored, and I really appreciate it. But I'm not perfect. I'm human.
That's the thing. And I think another thing is, like, with starting social media so young, because I started when I was like in high school, you know. So I was like, so then you have a lot of people now being like,
gosh, you really, sorry to cut you off.
I'm very young.
Right?
I'm 20.
Oh my gosh, you.
I'm like, what, you're 24 now? 24, 25. You're actually so young, Mihlali.
I am
You're
young,
actually
but I feel like I'm
so
old.
young. You're so. I get that though, but like for me, it's like there's all this pressure of like, okay, no, but I feel like your content is changing, and I'm like, no, but it has to. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I'm growing, we're growing. We can't be the same throughout, you know. And it's like, I feel like Mihlali, I preferred Mihlali when she was like this, when she didn't do this, and now when you were like this, and it's just like, but now how am I supposed to navigate myself if you guys expect me to live according to, you know, your expectations? But now another thing that I also want to ask is, in terms of exploring your sexuality as a woman and being comfortable with, you know, the idea of having sex and all of that stuff, and I know that you're somebody that's very, you know, vocal and very honest about that, and I really like that about you.
Really?
I actually really
what's your opinion on that?
I really like that about you, just because so many people are always being shunned for that, you know. People are just like, how could you say that on a public platform? Who's gonna marry you? Who does, you know, all of that stuff. And for me, it's one of the things that made me like your content so much, is because it's like, it's so honest, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I enjoy this, I don't enjoy this type of situation. And so a lot of people have this thing of, when you're too open on social media about like your sexual preferences and stuff, you sort of giving away a lot. And I'm just like,
what am I giving away? Because it's not like you get to have sex with me, I'm just telling you what I like.
That's that on Mary.
So what am I giving away?
Because another thing for me is just like, men are so, it's okay for men to be like, yo, she needs to have a fat ass, and yo, if she could this and this, and yo, like her arc has to be like this and this. And it's just like, then why is it that when women come forward and they're like, listen, I prefer this, I prefer that, I don't like this, I don't like that, why are people being shunned? Why are we being shunned about it? So have you ever gotten a comment where you speak about something like in terms of sex and etc., and you've gotten a comment that's just made you, you know, a lot of the time we let things slide, but have you gotten a comment that you're just like, no, not this time?
Yes, definitely. There was a video I filmed with Thema, my best friend. It was a sip and spill video.
Yes.
And I was thinking about casually dating.
Yes.
Did some guy not come into my comments calling me, I'm not gonna say it, and just saying that I'm promoting that word amongst young girls? And I'm like, why is it that men think that they can sit on public platforms? Firstly, they're the ones who constructed society's beauty standards.
First of all,
everything in marketing was based on men's preferences. The skinny, tall girl, whatever. Now we've moved on to small waists and big asses. Why? Because that's what men find appealing. I don't know what trend is next. So now you guys construct all of that, and then we can't voice our preferences. When we voice our preferences, we're gold diggers, we're whores, we're this, we're that. No ways. I'm so tired of men. And also, I always ask people, like, who said that so people on social media, people on public platforms cannot have an opinion? Like, where does this thing come from where people can't have personalities or an opinion? Now suddenly we're on social media and we're influencers and we're showing more of our personalities and we're sharing our opinions, and it's like, oh no, it's too much, it's overwhelming. What's this?
And another thing for me is just the fact that, like, because like before I got into a relationship, I was also very much a dater. Like, I was like, listen, I'm gonna go on a date today and tomorrow. Actually, after this, I'm gonna leave this date because I have another. I'm young, do you understand? And it's like, how am I supposed to find what I'm looking for if I'm not gonna explore? Like, men have this thing, or society, excuse me, has this thing of like, as a woman, you must sit parama all over and just wait for a man to be like, yes, you're the one for me, you're pretty, you know, and all of that stuff. And it's just like, why can't I judge you? Why can't I decide that, you know what, it's like, I guess I'm gonna move on to the next one. So for me, it's just like, I think it's a good thing that we do, because it's like, it's also showing young girls that in high school, this thing where, like, I know it's a very big thing in high school, varsity, even in like normal life, where it's like, oh, this one's been around. And that time you find you've just gone out for coffee with like 5 guys type of situation. But then at the same time, it's like, where do you draw the line? Somebody asked me and they were like, where do you draw the line when it comes to sharing your sexual preferences and all of that, knowing that you have a younger audience? And I was like,
hectic. That's a very good question. Where do you draw the line? So my approach now, as you said earlier, that as we're growing, our content also needs to grow. So I've introduced a new segment on my channel. I haven't posted it yet because I'm trying to just film the content so I can roll it out. I'm very big on, I'm never going to take away the fact that I'm open and authentic on my platforms, because that's been my brand and that's who people fall in love with. So I feel like it's also my responsibility to carry it through. And as much as like people always say, oh, you have a young audience, there's actually a lot of young girls who DM me on some, we appreciate the conversations that you have, because we can't have them at home. We can't have them at home,
exactly.
So I think my only responsibility, or our responsibility as content creators, is also to introduce like an educating segment to it or factor to anything that we put out. As much as I can say that, oh, this is what I prefer and this is what I want, I also need to educate people on some, just make the right decision and do things that you're comfortable with and consent and carry your own protection so you can, you know, be in control.
Because I have a lot of times I have like younger girls DMing me asking me like, when is the right time to lose your virginity, when is the right time to do this, when is the right time to do that, and I'm just like, it's tricky because I did it at my own pace, you understand? And so my answer is always, when you feel like you understand your body, first of all, I feel like that's the most important. You need to understand your body, and then you need to be comfortable in your body, do you understand? So if that happens for you at 16, hey man, well done to you. If that happens to you at 25, that's great. But it's just, I feel like it's so important as women that we understand our bodies, that we explore our bodies. I know a lot of people are very ashamed of like masturbation and all of that stuff, and I feel like that's so important because it also helps you understand what you want and what you don't want. Do you understand? I know there's been a lot of situations where I've been in a position I'm like, I don't even think I want to do this. I don't even think I'm enjoying this, to be quite honest. I think I actually want to stop, but I'm like, I don't want to seem lame and I don't want to seem this and that.
I was actually about to say that outside of understanding our bodies, it's also important to know where you're at emotionally and understand your level of emotional intelligence. Because I'm at an age now where if I don't feel comfortable, I will stop and I will leave.
Yeah.
And if you feel bad about it, then that's a red flag. You must never call me again.
Don't even.
Whereas when you're young, you feel the pressure of, I want to satisfy him, and you know what I mean. So as much as it's lame and, you know, our parents will always say you guys should wait, and we never really actually do that. You do it regardless. But I understand why people say maybe you should wait, and it doesn't mean that there's a certain age you should wait for. Whenever you feel like you are ready, then.
Also, the whole thing of like you have to wait till marriage, my only problem with that is that it's always a narrative that's been pushed onto women,
and it benefits who?
And for me, it's like, who says I want to be with a bicycle? What if I don't want to be the community bicycle? So now I must keep myself just to end up with the community bicycle.
What if I want to marry a virgin?
What if I want? Do you understand what I'm saying? So then, what are we gonna do now? Where are we gonna? You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I understand it, but I feel like it's also very tense because it's a thing of a lot of young girls, especially in this day and age, man. It's like people feel pressure to grow up quicker than they should, and people feel pressure to, and that's something that I had to tell myself, because I was like, listen, I am, at the time, I'm a 19, 18-year-old, and the people in the space are 23, 25, 26. You know, they've had time to decide what they want to do in terms of content, in terms of all of that stuff. You know, I can't sit here as young as I am and compare myself to someone like Bumi, who's, you know, married in 28 and all of that stuff. So it's like, it's also one of those things where I feel like young girls need to understand that, yes, look up to people older than you, look up to, like, you know, people in the public space, but also just be conscious of the fact that you're young. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're young, and I'm not going to sit here and show you the life of a 14-year-old because I'm not 14, you understand? Exactly. But it's like, be conscious when you compare your life and when you yearn for certain things, and just remember that you're young. You can't at in the same way that Mihlali goes on a public platform and speaks so freely about, you know, this. Some things you might not be able to relate to, and there's no pressure to have to relate. Yes. I feel like there's this pressure in our generation to have to relate to everything, and
that falls into so many other things, such as lifestyle. You know, the lifestyle people are living now. There's like really young people putting them under pressure to have the same things that Abo Bonani have. They are much older. They have been working. That sounds wrong. Not much older like that, guys.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it's like Badala Nati, and they've been working for so much more. They've had many more opportunities. So I can't sit here and even compare myself to her.
Yeah. Yes. But I feel like, how do you feel about platonic friendships? And the reason I'm asking this is because Steve Harvey has a video that trended.
You're an attractive woman. There are some guys somewhere saying, yeah, we're friends. No, that's not true. He's your friend only because you have made it absolutely clear that nothing else is happening except this friendship we have. We remain your friends in hopes that one day there'll be a crack in the door, a chink in the armor, and trust and believe that guy that you think is just your buddy, he will slide in that crack the moment he gets the opportunity.
Alright guys, so we just got our food. I got a wedge salad. It's like a salad with bacon and then something like that. Yeah.
I got a broccoli something. It has like nuts and sauce in. And then I also got a cucumber salad.
The food's actually really good. But anyway, like we were saying, platonic friendships. I think this opinion is based completely off of my personal experience. I've just never had somebody who's actually been like platonic. It's either they like tried and then they see that it's not gonna work and then they become platonic, or from first go they're attracted to me and then it becomes platonic, you know. And it's just like, I just prefer not to do it, just because a lot of the time I feel like men know what they're doing. Every time they do something, they know what they are doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they're very strategic. So they'll be all chomi, best friend, and then you're there, and then all of a sudden after 5 years, Umuntu's like, I was in love with you, and you know, I just feel like this. So what's your experience on that?
I've never had a successful platonic friendship.
Really?
I think there's only one guy friend now that I'm still friends with, who it started off platonic, and then at some point he had feelings for me, and then it went back to being platonic. So now he's literally like, I think you're still attractive, but I actually really don't want you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, he's never really said that. But like, I think we're so much of friends now that it's gone beyond that point. But other than that, all the other guy friends I've had, same thing. At some point, you catch your feelings, same thing, they confessing their love to you, and it's like,
it's weird, man. Because for me, it's also just like, that's why I just believe introverts should not have a best friend. That is not a man, because I'm just like, my father doesn't have a female best friend, so he's allowed a female best friend.
Exactly.
Where did you learn the concept of female best friend? Because it's also a thing of, I know that naturally as human behavior, when you spend so much time with someone, especially of the opposite sex, or if you're somebody you know, you end up actually getting to this thing of like, why don't we just give it a try, you know what I'm saying? And then you have this girl coming to you on some, I know he prefers his water without ice. And he prefer.
One day she's coming to pick you up and she's in the front seat.
How? Not even about like it's small things. It's such small things. And I'm just like,
little things stick out.
Why are you?
Little things.
And it's also a thing of like, when there's problems in our relationship, if that's your best friend, who do you tell?
Exactly. And also now, when you guys are having issues in your relationship, obviously he's being vulnerable. Now that even gives someone the platform to even try and be malicious or do something funny.
I can't.
I don't believe in female best friends, just like how I will not have a male best friend.
Yeah, I just don't. I have male friends that are really close, but I'll just never refer to them as my best friends, just because, first of all, it's out of respect for my partner, man. It's just, it's like now if I need shit done and then I'm calling my male best friend to come and help me move and come
also
pick
like
up
boundaries.
the boxes. True.
If we're being honest, a lot of times, so some girls won't have boundaries. They
true.
might even do things just to annoy you. Like even that remark that she said, oh no, he prefers his water without ice. And then who asked you? Doesn't he have a mouth to say, oh no, babe, please don't put ice? You know what I mean?
No, I think it comes from, I've always said that I feel like somebody is not going to act a certain way towards your relationship if your partner doesn't give them a platform. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I feel like your girl best friend can't come at me sideways and tell me about how you like things like this. She feels like she can do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the same way in which if you're out in public with your man and some guy's going to come and you can see that daughter, but then he's going to come and try to hug you a certain way and try to, all of that stuff. And it's just like,
and I promise you, the moment girls can do that to your man has created the platform for the girlies to disrespect you. And that's why I always say to people, don't misdirect your anger. Your man is the problem.
Your man is always the problem all the time, because it's also like when people are like, but what if you've told your man's spoken to her but she still continues? Dude, women, personally as a woman, and I believe that women do not take rejection. We're not the greatest people when it comes to rejection. Do you understand? So when you get rejected, you execute and you leave the building because you do not want to be seen as that desperate girl that's chasing after everyone and etc. Have you ever had somebody make you seem like you're desperate for them? Like they painted this picture to the public that you want them so bad and all of the stuff when it's actually them.
No.
Really?
No. Have I?
I have.
I've only had guys claim me, but I've never had anyone make it seem like I want them. But actually, I've had a guy who threw a tantrum when I rejected him, but that's not even
that's a common thing. Oh, that one happens.
I mean, that happens all the time.
All the time. No, I've had it happen.
What happened?
Before. Basically,
story time.
Story time. / story time. Basically, this guy, like he'd been wanting me for a while, you see, and I was like, dude, I'm not gonna go there. At the time I was single, I was like, I'm not gonna go there because one, you were involved with someone I knew, even though she's not my friend, but it's just weird. I've seen you in that platform with her. So then it was a matter of there was a time where I think he needed advice or something to do with like content or something. I was like, hey man, that's my field. It's cool. I don't mind, everything like that. And then the phone call took a we went from and then the dimensions of the video and the brand and so can we talk about us?
And then
I was just like, no, you're confused, it's fine, we're gonna leave it, it's okay, it's a pandemic, I understand, you're confused, you know. And so basically it ended up being a thing of, I think he started doing too much, and then at some point I had to block him, right? And then this gent goes apparently on his status or his story or something, and he's like, when you reject the honey, she blocks you. I said, what was it? What do you actually
so what
mean?
did you confront him? Like,
No,
how did
what
that
am I gonna
go?
confront him and
It's
say,
not
well,
even
he's not my
worth
friend,
it.
I don't even know him like that. So it was just like, I just left it alone because I was like, I'm not gonna do that. But have you ever had a situation where girls don't like you because of something a man told them?
Yes, not even a man. Sometimes girls will gang up and not like you just because of something that they heard. Information that is not even true sometimes. Yeah. And you? But
I
also
don't know.
men lie all the time. Men lie about their exes all the time.
One thing about men, if
Every
a man
man's
tells
ex
you
is
his girlfriend is
crazy.
crazy, if a man tells you his girlfriend is crazy,
Run.
please
He's
run
the
away.
one who did that.
He's the
no
problem.
one goes into a relationship and decides to be crazy. You're the
Because
one
that means
who
you're crazy.
activated those insecurities and all those feelings in me. And you gaslight me.
My thing is, if you're going to tell me that your ex is crazy, that means we're now because what are you doing with a crazy person? Do you understand? What are you doing with a crazy person if you're not crazy? That means
That's
you're
what I
also
mean.
crazy. Do you understand what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up here for now. Okay, we're gonna actually finish while we're eating and etc. This conversation could go on for years. But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having
It was lovely to have you here.
I'm busy munching away.
You guys better make sure that you guys go check out her YouTube channel. Let's get it to 150k subscribers. Or what? Go check her out on YouTube, Instagram, all social media platforms. She said. Mihlali said. Correctly correct. Get it right. It's 350k. Okay, let's get it to 350k then. Okay. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. Wow.
So
Well
dead.
done. That's
Thank you, Mama.
amazing.
Thank you.
But yeah, I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. Okay, please do let us know your thoughts on everything that we shared down in the comment section. Let us know any other videos that you'd like to see. Let me know if you'd like to see Mihlali back here, if you guys enjoy her and everything. And last but not the least, subscribe to my channel for more craziness. Bye guys.